What's up, guys? Dylan Rush with Cage Side Press, joined today by the #2 ranked Bellator featherweight in the world, boasting an impressive 19-3 professional record, currently riding a 3-fight win streak. JBC, Jeremy Kennedy, how you doing, man?
Good, man. The tally man, actually.
The Tally Man, JBC. Yes, that's the name of the meeting. I had to show you this jacket.
Oh shit,
Come
there
on,
we
man.
go.
Yogi
Right
Bear.
on.
I don't remember what's on the back. What is that? Oh, yeah, Yogi Bear.
Yogi Bear, yeah.
Vancouver. Wait. Boom.
Hey,
Come on.
clean,
Let's
clean.
go. Canada's own.
My man.
Was that your jacket that Eric was wearing at Danny Gay's fight?
No,
He got his
no,
own?
no. They got their own kit set up there.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they did it
Okay.
right, man. They look good.
All right, so I mentioned a little bit before we started the interview. So it was Father's Day yesterday. I know you and your wife are expecting a child. You said September, right? Next fall. At any
Yeah,
point during the day, did it cross your mind that this might be the last Father's Day, that you're not being celebrated, that you're not a father?
I did. Yeah, it's crazy. I said, "Happy Father's Day" to my brother. He's got two kids, my niece and nephew. And then I thought about it. I was like, man, this is the last year I won't get these Happy Father's Days. So I'm excited. It's just reassuring that this next chapter is important, and it's what I'm looking forward to the most. I can't wait for us to start this next chapter, my wife and I, and have a little baby girl and something else to fight for. And that's just give meaning and purpose a whole nother level.
Have a little JBC running around the house.
Yeah, definitely.
I saw what you said about your dad. You said he's scouted more of your opponents than you have.
Oh yeah, man. He's obsessed. Every time I talk to him, he's like, "Oh, I just got off the fight." Like he watches it on YouTube on his phone. So he's just like every fight he can get. I went to the Pitbull fight in Chicago this past weekend, and he's dying to come, so he flew out. And as he landed, I picked him up from the airport. He's all telling me about the Borix and Pitbull fight, like he had just finished watching it all, and the flying knees, and now he's catching them and taking them down.
Yeah.
It was just funny, man. And that goes for every fight. Like even leading up to the Pico fight, my dad had scouted everything and has got to watch out for his right hand, And it's just like the little basic things, and it's just funny that it's how much he cares. It's pretty cool, and it like shows through when he's watching all these fights.
So I assume, does he come to most of your fights?
Oh yeah, every single one. The only ones he hasn't was during the pandemic when we were in Connecticut and nobody could come, and then when I fought in Saudi Arabia because it was impossible to get them visas.
Brave? Was that Brave?
Yeah, for Brave, yeah. So my wife
to...
came. I had her a licensed corner, but my family, my parents who try to make it to every single fight. They've been to Australia, Brazil.
They went to Dublin.
They went to Dublin. They were just recently in Dublin. They went to Morocco with me. All my fights in the States when I was in Canada, like I said, the UFC when I was in Australia, Perth, Brazil. The only ones they couldn't make it was Saudi and Connecticut.
That's dope, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Was he an athlete himself? Was he a combat sports athlete, or was he an athlete growing up?
Yeah, well, he was like big into boxing, karate, and all that, but it was like a little before his time, right? Like UFC MMA wasn't even around. Jiu-jitsu wasn't a thing until Gracie's brought it in the 90s. So he's always like fascinated with the groundwork, but he doesn't really, he's never got the chance to try it. He wished he could, but yeah, he was a boxer and like karate and stuff like that, and Street Fighter back in the day. Like he's got lots of stories.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, but he was a fight fan from the beginning.
It sounds like he was probably happy that you turned out to be a fighter.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
He's the one who actually got me, like, made the push for jiu-jitsu back 2007 when I started. My mom was pretty against it, and we weren't even allowed to watch, like, me and my brother weren't allowed to watch like WWF. We had to like sneak it on in the TV upstairs, and so because we'd be practicing the moves on each other and stuff like that. So once I got good at it and actually knew how, he was the one who really pushed it, drove me every day after school to get there, and it was like a 40-minute drive was the only gym like close to us, and he was like advocated for it, and the reason why I'm still doing it or got my start in it was because of him. So
oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Man. And I definitely relate to the WWE stories. I used to play.
Yeah.
I was born in 2001. I was playing WWE 2005 as a 5-year-old.
Oh shoot!
Yeah. My mom would memorize the theme song. She'd hear Edge's theme song come on, run into the room.
Yeah.
Crazy. So we've done a couple interviews, Jeremy. Our last one was in January, I believe. It was in person, Extreme Couture, Las Vegas. Since then, what have you been up to? How was your time in Thailand? I see you made the trip out to Thailand again.
Yeah, so had the fight in Dublin, got the win, and secured that number one contender and title shot in the horizon. Just weird timing with Pitbull going down, so it kind of, I'm on his timeline now. Ideally I would have already liked to have another one scheduled, fought a couple months ago already. But for the opportunity, you got to wait sometimes, and be patient is killing me, but I got to do it. Went to Thailand, yeah, just to stay, because I knew I didn't have a fight anytime soon, just waiting for like the division to play out. So went and did another trip out to Thailand. I like it out there just because it's the only place I can travel and still get lots of good training in. I did that Italy trip last year. We like backpacked for a wedding and whatnot. And by the end of it, I was just done, man. I couldn't eat properly and couldn't train really. I was just like trying to find open mats in every city we went to. And where Thailand's just opposite, it's like all good training. And then you still got the tropical weather, beaches. I love the style of living,
Cheap,
ripping around.
right?
Super cheap. Dollar goes a long way. Food's cheap. Like I said, the weather's awesome to train in. I love ripping around in scooters and living that lifestyle, So I'm gonna be going back out again. Once I get fight news, I'll probably make another trip out there for 3 weeks to a month, and then finish camp out here again. But yeah, it's on the horizon. It's just hard with the baby. Everything's kind of on the fly right now. I'm on call, keeping my weight low, training like I got to fight, and then just at any given time they can tell me it's go time, and my wife can tell me it's go time. I got a baby coming, and that's going to be done in Canada. So there'll be a lot of bouncing around, I'm sure, in the next coming months.
You got a crazy life right now, a crazy summer. Coming, a baby on the way. You're waiting for the title shot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And like I said, she'll be doing it in Canada. So she leaves here August 1st because she can't fly after a certain period. And she'll be spending the last couple months in Canada. So I'll be training out here during the week and then getting back to see her on the weekends like I used to do pre-pandemic, before I was able to move her down here full time. But yeah, it's all worth it. It'll be, by the end of the year, I'll have a baby and a title. So that's all that matters to me now.
Oh yeah. Also, Mads Burnell, he always tells me the same thing. When I asked him about vacations, he's like, man, fuck vacations. He can't do vacations because it's in your guys' programming, not to generalize, but fighters are like routine-based people. You guys always train, you guys are hard work. You can't sit on a beach for a week straight sipping Mai Tais. It's not really
drinking. Yeah, you can't. It's impossible. So, I mean, like physically already you're losing a bunch of like your cardio and whatnot. That takes a while to get back. The weight is always hard to get off when you get back from vacation. And like you said, it's just in us. If I'm not working out, I'm just uneasy. So that's why Thailand's like the perfect vacation spot for me. I can go live there for a month, bring my wife, train with world-class trainers. I get along with Frank and Brad Riddell out there. They got a solid crew out there. So
I was gonna ask you, I saw you train with Brad. Is that something you've done before? Is he new?
No, that was the first time I met him was out there. And I did about 3 or 4 privates throughout the couple weeks I was there. And we just clicked right away, is good flow. I like his style, that city kickboxing, just the different drills and techniques I was just picking up on, like their routine and structure, bringing it back here and working on it as well. The things I liked, and wrestling with Frank's always a dog fight. So it's fun getting out there with those guys. And like I said, I'll be doing it again, just because when I was out there this time, I kind of already had Pitbull on my mind. So we were game planning and adding some things in for him. And then now that it's, looking like that's what's going to happen. Once I get that fight confirmed, I'll go back out there and start showing it up again and adding the little pieces that I like.
So I reached out to Dennis the other day because I saw you were up there in the room, right? But your hair was blonde, platinum.
Yeah.
But you told me, my memory doesn't fail me, that you always do it at the 8-week point. So I was like, yo, does this guy have fight news? He's not telling anybody about it. Does he have a fight in 8 weeks? But you just did it early this time?
This time I was just dying for it. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it as in like, good luck that I will get fight news coming soon, So I did it. I did one early, and then now the next time I do it is when I get this fight news. But I was like, you know what? Nothing's moving. I got to go platinum to get some answers. And now, Pitbull unfortunately lost. Fortunately and unfortunately, now it kind of leaves some clarity in both divisions. So the platinum worked, man. It prevailed. That's what it is. And now me and Patchy both got to fight, and it's all good.
I asked Dennis, does he have fight news he's hiding from everybody? He was like, if he does, I don't know about it. He must be hiding it from me too. I guess I'll skip ahead real quick. You traveled to Bellator 297 this weekend. Pettis and Pitbull. Pitbull lost. It was a good fight. Pettis got a decision. I'm sitting there the whole time thinking about you, Jeremy, and I'm
Yeah.
thinking, I'm Jeremy Kennedy. I'm rooting for Pettis, and here with you're with Haley, right? And
Yeah.
then you're taking a picture with Patch and Tatiana. You guys are good friends, training partners. I'm sitting there thinking, like, what a weird position you guys would be left in if you guys are both waiting to fight Pitbull for a belt.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's been like for the last like probably 2 months that Apache and I same gym, and then even when we're training with Ali, at wherever, because we kind of like bounce around. Hector's at Cabrina as the PI. He's got his own little crew. So I'm training with Patchy every single day. Either it's at Extreme or the PI or anywhere.
Yeah.
And we're both like subtly, training for the same guy or like same opportunity, and it just different weight classes. So it's not like any conflict between me and him, but it's like, man, he wants the exact fight I want, so it was just a tough situation. But I knew at the end of the day, we both eventually we're both gonna get fights. And if Pitbull would have won, it just made things a little messier. Does he stay down? And it led right to what Pitbull wanted to do. It could have been me benched sitting or fighting for an interim, or Patch sitting and fighting, defending his interim belt or something. Like we didn't really know. And it was a really weird just situation, but I was, I'm happy for him regardless. We both put ourselves in these positions to be hunting for this next big fight. So I didn't want Pitbull to lose because I wanted to be the guy, to fully take that luster, and the momentum. I mean, he still got it. I think the best Pitbull is at 145, and you saw that he didn't even, fight remotely close to what we've seen him do in the past. Just like volume, aggression, everything, so he held back a bit. But when he went, and as the fight was playing out and Pettis was bagging all these rounds, I was like, yeah, this is actually kind of working out pretty good in the sense of Patch is going to get his next fight lined up and I'll get mine, around the same timeline, not either of us waiting for each other. So it did work out. I mean, I wish Pitbull would have won and then maybe just like didn't like the cut and just came right up, and Pettis and Patch, you could still fight, but
that would have been good.
Yeah,
he wins and vacates immediately.
Exactly, but it's all good. I mean, Patch got a stare down with Sergio, and that's the fight. That's an exciting fight now too, moving forward. And now we're just ready for Pitbull. Let's get this going.
You think Patchy gets the job done? He unifies that bantamweight strap?
I think so. I think he's just his size, man. He's just a big bantamweight, and what he's so good at, it's like it's in his back pocket for 25 minutes. All Serge has got to do is make one mistake, and Patchy's on that neck or on his back getting the choke, and he's shown he can knock guys out now too. And so he's just coming into his own, man. He's a dangerous dude at 135.
Kai Kamaka's last fight, win. Patchy Mix, win. Mads Burnell, win. Amir Albazi, win. 50K Ige, win.
And yeah, we're doing something right out.
What's in the water? What do you guys have in the water?
We're just doing something right, bro. Exactly. Nothing's changed. We're just training, and it's all coming together, man. And it's just a matter of getting the right fights, and that just shows the level of the room. All of us are pushing each other. All these guys, everyone that you just named are routine partners for me, and it just elevates the room. We're all winning. We're all doing something right.
And Ollie's doing something right, getting you guys together in these different rooms across Las Vegas. I want to ask one more guy. I don't know if you train with him. Maybe you just ran into him. Jordan Burroughs, of course, one of the best wrestlers, amazing wrestler. Did you guys wrestle at all?
No, I didn't get a chance to wrestle with him. He was in town for I think it was the Worlds, the wrestling. There was a big competition. I should know this, but yeah, he was just in town for a weekend around the PI, hanging out and whatever. And I was like, man, that's the GOAT. You gotta get a picture with him. I don't fanboy ever. I don't take pictures with nobody. I was like, he's like not even in the MMA world, just the wrestling world. He's just exactly the best. So yeah, it was a pretty cool honor to even see him and just the energy he's got.
One person I saw you take a photo with at the event was Lucas Noonan. That's one of my great friends.
My man, yeah,
that guy's awesome.
Whether I'm fighting or not, he makes fight week. Like I've been with Kamaka, and when I'm not fighting, and his energy is always in a good mood. It was his birthday in Hawaii when we were there.
Oh yeah,
and he's just working, slaving away. It doesn't matter, and he's just good
on
time.
Fight night, right? Like Mads even said in Cage, he was like, "Happy birthday to this guy."
Yeah, so yeah, Lucas is my guy, man. He's cool.
Okay, I wanted to ask you. It's always an honor. Fighters always say it's an honor to share the cage with you, and they definitely mean it at least 90% of the time. But Patricio Pitbull, arguably, maybe not even arguably, kind of definitely the greatest fighter in the promotion's history and Bellator history, at least the most accomplished. Do you feel like it might
Record holder for sure.
record holder? Do you feel like it might be a little bit of different feeling standing across the cage from someone like Pitbull?
Like maybe a year ago, but now I'm just like the guys I'm beating, the guys I'm facing, I've just came into my own, like physically and mentally. Like I don't think there's another 45 or bigger than me. I think I'm like right at that limit of 45. I've got a good frame. I'm tall, long. I fill out well. I can wrestle. I can drag on you. My style with my frame makes it a difficult fight for anybody. And I would have been intimidated, but just watching his fights when I fought Pico, he ended up fighting Borks that night. And watching cage side, I mean, he's a human, and when you're watching on TV and just seeing highlights, it could be something. But when you're right in the cage, like in the arena watching him, he's just another guy. And how he fought Borks, I was like, you know what, he can't do that kind of stuff to me. And I thought Borks was going to have the size and range, and he just couldn't really pull off the grappling gap. And then watching him fight in Ryzen against Kleber, again, he fought pretty safe these last few fights. And then his fight with Serge, I got even more confidence watching that. I was just like, man, I found a lot of little things that I do well, that Sergio was doing well, that I think I'm just going to be able to at the new other weight class, at 145 at my home, he's going to be in trouble. And I honestly feel like I'm going to put him away now. Like just watching little things. And I know in the head, it's a different scenario than when you're in the cage, but just seeing how he fought. And if he shows up the way he did then, it's going to be a long night for him, man. Or a quick night, actually. Put him out.
You seem very confident in the fighting side of it. Are you confident in your ability to handle the banter, the trash talk that might come your way from his manager, his entourage, Eric Albertine with the
his little dork, the glasses, right? No, I don't even take that guy serious. I don't know how you can, man. He's just like a little henchman. He's always beside everybody doing interviews in his ears, and like these guys all speak English, bro. Like, relax. But I don't mind. It'll be all fun, man. He's captain, I think his name is, or something, right? Help. Yeah, he's got a stable of good guys, so he's doing something right, and they prepare well. But as far as like trash talk, I can't take him serious, so it doesn't bother me. And I know Patricio's not that way, so anything coming from them, I know it's going to be coming from him, not Patricio. So yeah, I mean, it's all good. I'm more like I'm just so ready for that fight, that big fight vibes. These last few, Pico and Pedro both. I mean, Pico's main card, but a lot of press and a lot of media. Pedro was co-main event, in a big fight, big crowd. So I've kind of been built and groomed for this big opportunity, and a lot of spotlights, this title fight, 5 rounds, and I just can't wait, man. It's all coming together right at the right time.
Mm-hmm. So you're expecting the baby in September. If we're up to you, would you want to head back and be added to that Dublin card September? I don't know, it might be full by now. Or hear me out, all right? So I think that's Bellator 299 because 298's in August.
We're already going. All right, I already know where you're going with this.
299 is September. So 300 would be October.
I want Bellator 300, bro. I don't care what corner of the earth it is. I want Bellator 300 in October.
Hey, Madison Square Garden. Tell them. I'm telling them.
Let's do it.
Come on.
Yeah,
I want Patchy versus Pettis.
I'll go to Brazil. I know they want to try to break ground in Brazil. Let's go to his backyard and go Bellator 300 in October in Brazil. Let's do it. I don't care. I'll go wherever as long as I want that fight, and I want it as soon as possible. And I think September's a little tight for him. I'm good to go. I'll fight in July 30th in Japan, bro. Like I'm good to go. But I don't think he's going to have a quick enough turnaround, and he'll want to take his time to put size back on, or he should, because if he doesn't, I'm going to squish him. So I think he's going to need a little bit of time to put some weight on, and October's perfect, and let's do it then.
All right, you called your shot, Bellator 300 October, Brazil. I'm going to call my shot right now, all right? I've been talking to Danny Brenner. I told him, I don't think he makes the decisions, I don't think, but I'm telling him I maybe have to talk
another year.
I don't know. I said Bellator 300, my backyard, Madison Square Garden. I want Patchy versus Pettis unification. I want JVC Pitbull. If Brennan Ward beats Logan Storley in August 11th in Sioux Falls, I want him fighting for the belt versus the undefeated Amasov, the ATT Ukrainian.
Yeah, you're going to stack it up.
I want Bader versus Vassell too. I want to make history on this card. I want to be there. I want to interview everybody. 4 championship fights. Like, let's do it.
I wanted to have like the Bellator 300. You know, how UFC, I think it was 200, where they had the yellow canvas.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that was. I want something Bellator 300 to have something
yes,
different. Something
yes.
different. That'd
That's a
be
good
kind of cool.
idea. We got to
Yeah,
get in someone's ear about that one too. That's a good
yeah,
idea.
yeah.
Is that 20th tally gonna feel extra special, Mr.
Oh,
Tallyman?
and it's the title. It's the 20th. It's a big deal. I've been manifesting this for the last couple wins. You know, knowing we're getting there, and then we're gonna finish that line.
Yep.
Might even have to wrap a belt
Title.
around it or something. You know, we get something big.
That's a good idea because it goes this way, maybe the belt.
Yeah, yeah.
Yo,
It covered. It closes out the 5, so we might have to get a little championship belt or something.
got some
We'll
time.
see.
Brainstorm the design. You got some time. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
one last one for you, then I'm gonna give you the floor. What would a Bellator championship belt around your waist mean to you, mean to your career, mean to everything, your legacy?
Man, like I felt from the beginning that I'm one of the best 145ers. You know, in the training room, everyone, if you're in my weight class, I know I can compete with you regardless. And just my whole career, I've kind of never really got that stable, like bounced around contract to contract, promotion to promotion, done well in each of these promotions, but I haven't really been able to like secure and build momentum until I got to Bellator. And now I've spent the last, 3 years and putting these wins together against these ranked guys. And I was like, man, like getting up there. We're deep into the career. I've been fighting at the high level, anyways. I've been fighting for a long time, but like UFC, PFL, Bellator, whatever, for since 2016. So what is that? Not
Winning record in every promotion.
7, 8 years at the highest level, And now I'm like, when I was in the UFC, my goal was to get ranked. I went 3-1 left, and so I didn't get that. And then I went to PFL. I was like, I've got to win this championship, win this million. Came up short, made it to the semifinals, made it to Bellator. Now I'm itching at that title shot. I got my debut win, fell short against Borix. Now I put these 3 together against all top 5 opponents. And now here we are. I got to get this title, man. I got to get this. I just want the accolade on my resume. I've been around on these promotions, and I want that title more than any kind of dollar value it brings. It's more of looking back, and I held that belt, and taking it from Pitbull is a cherry on top as well. That's why I didn't really want the interim route. I would have took it, but I want Pitbull. I want to see him staring across the cage. I want to take that belt from him, the guy who's been running my division. And I want to come in, the young lion comes in and takes it out and snatches it up, So that it's perfect. It's working out well now. I'm physically, mentally where I'm at, 30 years old, prime, ready to go and blast through this guy, man.
Once a champion, always a champion. Money comes and goes, man. Money is just
that's it.
That
my
belt.
daughter's gonna look back. Like, damn, I was born and my dad won the belt. Jeez.
Oh yeah. So we've done like 5, I don't know, 6 interviews by now. You've never struck me as someone that lacks confidence. You've talked the talk in these interviews. You've walked the walk every fight since. I think I might be a little good luck charm for you. I don't know.
Yeah.
So maybe, but last thing, it's not much of a question, just giving you the floor. Message to your supporters, your fans, the people that have been with you every step of the way from UFC, Brave, PFL, now Bellator.
Man, all over the world, yeah.
All over the world,
No,
worldwide.
I appreciate all the support and coming to brought me to where I'm at. And I appreciate the good luck you've brought me. I think it's the Bible, the journal that you got.
Where is it?
Where is it? We got to
Bible.
get another interview in person before that fight happens.
You will.
Got to be interviewing me out of the book so that I know that title's coming home with me.
Mid-July, a month from now, I'll be there.
Right on. There we go. And it's just, if you want to follow along, Jeremy Kennedy 145. My Instagram, that's mostly where it's at. Twitter, I'm kind of just bantering, talking the shit. So if you want to interested in that, follow me there, Jeremy Kennedy WC. That's about it, man.
Oh yeah, I'm a big Instagram guy too. My dad just walked through the door. I gotta go. Appreciate
Happy
you.
Father's Day.
Thank you, man. Have a good one. I'll see you in Vegas soon, man. Appreciate the time, brother.
See you guys. Bye.
ABC.